Everyone. So today we are going to discuss another problem. This problem is from CLR 1 parsers, that is canonical look ahead with look ahead 1. So CLR, that is the full form of it. So consider the following productions P of grammar G, where G and C are basically non-terminals, T and small o are the mm, terminals, and G is the basically start symbol, and P is the production, denotes the production of the grammars. So we are given these two productions. We are asked what are the LR1 items of the CN. So LR1 items means LR0 items plus look ahead. Okay. So in this particular grammar, we can see that the LR1 items for this is basically, first we need to find the augmented grammar, in which the dot symbol we will use for the current head of the basically reader of the compiler. So the dot symbol represents that, and it is in front of G, and the look ahead is dollar symbol, means the end of string, right? So G dot C comma dollar means after C there is no letter and only dollar symbol indicating that is end of string. So these are the four productions that we are given, right? So for each of the production, when the particular dot will go to the extreme right, it will be converted into a LR1 item along with the look ahead, because as we said, LR0 plus look ahead is LR1. Okay, so the collection of LR1 items will be basically these four. When the means one by one we have to cover entire string, and then the dot will go to the extreme right. So now the next question is, what are the first sets of the grammar? So for the first sets, we will find using the basic principles which we have learned in LL1 also we have learned. So if we can try to find the first of C. So first of C is basically T, because first terminal is T, right? Then for G we will try to find. So for G it is C, and first of C is T. So we will have T again. Similarly for G dash is nothing but a starter symbol which we have taken from our side, so that you may write in the paper. So that for that first of G dash is also T. Now the third part of the question: construct the canonical collection of sets of LR1 items for C. So in this we need to first basically write the augmented grammar. This is the augmented grammar, right? So in augmented grammar, the dot is on the left hand side, means no string or no character has been read by the compiler yet. So in this we will first consider that suppose G is read by the compiler. So if G is read and compiler also sees that the next symbol is basically end of file, so then it will go to this particular state, that is I1. In this, G dash goes to G, then dot, because we now have seen G, comma, dollar sign. Similarly, if the compiler reads a C, capital C, then this state will occur. But this state, if you try to see that G goes to C in this particular production that we have taken, also this particular production we have taken, because in both these cases C is the basically literal that is read by the compiler. So in both of them the dot position is changed, but the look ahead is same. Why the look ahead is same? Because this C basically is meant or basically derived in the later production, that is this production. So we will copy the look ahead as in previous basically state. Now if we try to look into for small t, that is a terminal, then we will see that C goes to T dot O comma dollar, right? And now if O comes in the compiler input, then T O and dollar. And similarly in this case we can see that this particular grammar will go no further, it has already reached its final state. If we can place a T in the input string, then this can go ahead. So if we do that, then ct dot and basically dollar symbol, then finally O and cto dot dollar symbol. We have to name all these six states with numbers. So they are basically different states that are basically part of the canonical collection of items. So after that, the fourth part of the question is derive the action and goto tables. So now using this canonical collection of sets, we have to derive the action and goto tables. So in action table, first we will write the terminals followed by the dollar symbol, meaning end of file. Then we will in the goto of part of the table, we will write the non-terminals G and C. So let us first understand how this works. So in this table, along with this table, we need also a numbering format, that is the production numbering, right? That is 1 for G to C, 2 for C to CTO, and 3 for C to TO. Notice that we have not taken G dash because it is from our side, right? We have to consider what is given in the question paper. So in this case, we have taken notation S for shift action and R for reduce action. Shift action is when you see a terminal and you basically move to the next character in the input, and reduce is when you basically suppose we see T and O together and then we convert it back to C, so that is a reduce action. So if we try to see that state 0, in state 0, if T is basically appears first, then we will have to go to state 5, right? So we will use shift 5 in the cell. Now in state 0, do we have O? We don't have, so we will leave this place empty. In state 0, do we have a dollar symbol as the look ahead, or means in the not as the look ahead in the string? So we don't have, so we leave it blank again. But in state 0, we have been given in the canonical collection of items that G can occur, so we go to state 1, so then we write 1 here. And if we have like C, so we will go to state 2. Similarly for 1, that is state 1, if dollar symbol appears in the input, then we will basically accept the string, because this is what we need. The strings should be parsable and we should be able to traverse the entire string, right, using the compiler. So then the string is basically accepted. Similarly in state 2, if we have small t in the input string, we will go to state 3. And similarly in state 3, we will go to state 4 if we see an O. And now all the one more, so in state 5, if we see an O, we will go to state 6. So these were the shift actions. Now 2 of the cells remain, which I have basically marked. So let me explain. So if we look into state 4, and suppose in state 4 we see that it is a final state, right? It is a final state. Suppose we see a dollar symbol at the end, which will obviously be there. So what will it do then? Because the compiler has to deal with this condition, so it will basically stay on that state. It will not move, right? Or what it can do is it can basically convert this particular string which it has encountered into C, as we discussed in the shift reduce action. So what it will do is it will convert the C, T and O to C, right? Now in the sixth state, if we see the dollar symbol, that is in state I6. So if we see a dollar symbol, what will it do? It will convert this uh, TO into C, and then further reduction may be possible into the grammar, so that we reach to the G dash finally, right? We have to reduce all the terminals so that we can finally reach to the start symbol. So I hope you understood what I tried to explain. Thank you.